Hello and welcome, my name is Clown, and today I'm going to talk about Magical Waifus Academy, which, just to get it, out of the way right now, is a game I enjoyed. This was a good one. There is one caveat being that I cheated, but you know what, even with cheating, it's still pretty decent, like 2 hours that I spent with this game, which is more than like almost any other game I play, so that's a big ups right off the get-go. But since I have a really hard time talking about games that are long, I'm gonna have to keep this a little bit rigid. So let's just start off with the gameplay and what do you do in the game. So I feel like if you didn't cheat, you would probably spend like a majority of your time in the dungeons, where you have like this turn-based combat where every time you pick a spell you have to like enter a combination of keys, and it's always the same. But you slowly, that's how you get XP, and you're able to unlock new and stronger spells, increase your stats, and that's like the main game loop of this game. You just go into the dungeons, get more powerful, and then you go back out into like the school area, obviously like the academy, which the way you explore the academy is it's literally just all JPEGs, and you just like click to move from room to room, and there may be an interaction that you can have, and that's where all the waifus are at for the most part. There are a couple waifus that aren't in the academy itself, but for the most part all the waifus are in the academy, and your main goal is to just make the right conditions happen by just playing the game, and eventually you'll get the correct conditions to get under a girl's skirt, because they all wear skirts. I don't think any of them wear pants, so yeah. And like I mentioned earlier, I fucking cheated. It's like I don't actually know how well hidden the cheats are. I mean, if you look at Steam support, they'll be there. And if you just press enter, it'll be like enter code, and I'll be like, oh shit, this game has cheats. So I was like, oh, okay. But because I did cheat, I enjoyed it much more, and it still took me like 2 hours, so it's still pretty long. So instead of like taking like fucking like 6 hours, it was only like 2, and I enjoyed it much more for that. So yeah, but you know what? We gotta talk about the waifus. It's literally in the name of the game. And there's like quite a bit of waifus. Actually, 2 I didn't even know were in the game until like literally like the last 10 minutes that I played the game. But they're actually really... I like the waifus. They're all really cute for the most part. And they like range a variety of like personalities and archetypes. And I do quite like that. You know what? You have like different ways that you can, make them get into it. Though, I think there are some where you can only make them... some of them you can only get them to to start acting up if you acquire... There's like this like magical thing you acquire later where you just spray your fucking like I don't know, sex magic into your lust magic into the air, and then if you pick the right dialogue choices, you can get them to get down and dirty. And also another thing is that you can't actually like lock yourself out of anything. You can like pick dialogue options that clearly the girls don't like, but literally as soon as you leave and come back, it's like... Sorry, there's a truck outside. As soon as you come back, it's like, oh yeah, no, they just completely forgot about it. They just got amnesia, and you can just repeat the conversation. So pretty nice. So lewds, we're all here, we all want them. So there's actually there might even be 3 different kinds of lewds technically. So they're the ones that you get from going to the dungeons. Later on in the game, you acquire like a spell that lets you like capture the essence of your enemies. All that means is that when you go back to your room, you can like look at your grimoire and look through your H shit, and you'll have like a little sprite animation that appears in like the middle of the screen with like every different kind of enemy. And then within that one, you get some like bigger, better ones with like the little mascot character of the game, and those are, I guess technically they're like a different type. That's why I said technically 3 different types. But we care about the main one, which is all the girls in the academy that you have to persuade to get down and dirty with you. And those are really nice because, well, they are just like, usually it's just like one like really big image that you see on the screen. Like it's all like pixelated. It's like pixel art stuff. And I don't know why pixel art just is always so good with these types of H games. I don't know why people are so good at this shit. But yeah, but it's like in a lot of pixels, right? It's not even like 64 by 64. I think it's more than that. but so they're like pixelated, right? They're pixely girls, and you have like audio behind it. It's like explaining everything. They're like, oh shit, you know, they're talking dirty to you, and I kind of like that. You know, it really adds to the lewdness when you see, you know, obviously you got your, you know, your lewd CG here, and then you've also just got some like audio playing, talking dirty to you. And occasionally there's like maybe like every scene has like 2 or 3 images that go with it, so it does change a little bit. And almost every girl has this, the little audio. And yeah, they all have like unique voices, and they act different, and it's quite good. It's quite good. I would actually, I don't know, it depends on how much this game costs. I honestly forget, but I would give this game a pretty solid recommend, I'd say, assuming it doesn't cost too much. And if you just like grinding too, whoa, I have a lot of phlegm. And if you just like grinding too, well, there you go. That's pretty epic. You've got that too. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.